Hey, Crema de Nona, what's going on? He doesn't know it yet, but we're gonna sneak around the back of this building. I heard there's a kitchen back there. I think it might be Cap's Kitchen. We'll see when we get there, but...
It's Tom's Kitchen, Cap's Kitchen, it's Tom at Cap's Kitchen Creations.
Tom Capeletti, Cap's Kitchen Creations. Gonna go sneak in and see what kind of food he's got laying around. Come on, see you later.
Hey,
What's happening?
what's going on?
Can you believe they let us in?
Where are we now?
Where?
We are.
I'm sorry, I don't have any coffee on.
What?
I know it's 12 o'clock, so we're kind of past coffee.
Where's the food?
The food? Well, you're in luck. I am making something today for you gluten-free sensitivities, we'll call it. Or allergies. Little cheesecake. Gluten-free cheesecake.
The question is, are you ready?
What's going on?
Well, Cap!
Cap's Kitchen.
Put a cap in your feather, huh?
Look at this. We have snuck out again.
Where are we at?
We found food.
Yes.
He said he has food.
But how come we gotta come all the way to Winter Park?
As hot as it is in July, there is winter in July, and we found it with food, and not just any food. What did you say we're making today?
We're making a gluten-free cheesecake in the Instapot cooker.
Wow,
Cheesecake is like a really thick crema, so we are still doing crema de
Nona.
outside of Nona.
There is some crema in it, so
That's how you do the crema.
yes.
And just so you guys know, we're not allowed to touch anything.
Gotta have gloved hands.
Tom's going to show us what we got going on here. We've got some crust in the pan, and this is completely gluten-free, you said?
Yes, gluten-free everything. The crusts are gluten-free cookies, gluten-free soy, dairy, covers all the gluten, all the allergies.
You can't go wrong eating this type of cheesecake.
No, even if, unless if you're diabetic, because there's a lot of sugar, but gluten-free, we got you covered. So you can indulge and have some of those favorites everybody else likes, but you've got to have just take some fruit, or something that's made with the flour and all the good stuff they can't have. So why not have a substitute? You won't even tell the difference at all. It'll taste just as good as the regular New York style cheesecake.
Excellent. And I hate to say, I don't know who he thinks he's making this for, but we're going to tell you in a little bit what we got.
But
Take it away. What do we got?
We already did the crust, which is the cookies, crushed up real fine. 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Mix it up. You can add sugar in it, but since the cookies are sweet already, I didn't add the extra sugar. Didn't want it to make it over sweet. So and then I spread it out evenly in the bottom of the pan. Actually cut a circle of parchment paper just so it doesn't stick to the pan, because then it won't come off as easily, and then you just got a big crusty mess down there. So it's been settling. I had the ingredients out as well. The cream cheese, it's at room temperature, so it mixes evenly and nice and smooth. Granulated sugar, heavy cream, gluten-free flour, vanilla, and eggs at room temperature as well. So right now what we'll do, we'll just add cream cheese into the mixer. You can do it in a mixer, or you can do it by hand. The mixer is better because doing it by hand, it just takes longer. It makes it more tiring. So you just want to make sure you get everything off there. Don't want to leave anything behind. Then next we'll add the sugar to the cream cheese. Add our flour.
I'm getting hungry.
I know.
We'll add our cream. And our vanilla.
Well, that was a special vanilla that you just happened to have. Is that correct?
Yeah. Last September I went on my 10-year wedding anniversary with my lovely wife, and we left out of Puerto Rico. spent a couple days there first, and then did Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, and St. Martin. And while we were in Curacao, I bought some vanilla. Some local vanilla. It was really good, and I always do that when I go on cruises, just to get something local that I like to bring home with me and use. And it's a lot cheaper.
Is it?
Oh yeah. What vanilla? You see the price of vanilla? That's what we're looking for, especially the bean.
Little small bottle.
Yeah, it's the good stuff.
So one bean is what, $12, $15 at least?
Well, if you go to Publix and you get the bean, I think it's one or maybe two, it's like $25.
Wow.
And that's, you know, we make creme brulee, that's what you use so you can see the vanilla specs. $25 a bean, you know?
Wow.
Especially at Publix.
Wow. So I think we should point out, you did mention the honeymoon. Well, congratulations that you got that far, and yeah. Hell, I'm going on quite a few. I can't believe mine has renewed the contract. But one of the services he offers, you do private chef experience with the dining and everything, to where you'll come in and actually create whatever you guys agree upon on the menu.
Yep.
And he'll make all the stuff for you, a fancy little dessert, such as possibly this cheesecake or a creme brulee or something. And he slowly exits out so you guys can enjoy your private time together. And, well, that's when all the cameras and everything turn off.
Yeah. So, yeah, this perfect setting. I'm actually doing a dinner tonight for a special birthday. That person doesn't know. But, yeah, it's going to be great. Have filet, the whole 9 yards.
Don't tell anybody. If it gets out, we're blaming you guys first.
Yeah. So once we got all the ingredients in beside the eggs go in last. We're going to mix this until it's smooth and there's no clumps of cream cheese or any ingredients left. Nice mix. So everything's textured nice and smooth. We'll take the spatula. Kind of scrape down the sides a little bit. Make sure you get everything nice and mixed. You don't want any pockets of ingredients loose in there. Give it another.
I don't know about you, Julio. That looks ready to me.
Oh, I'm ready.
Now we'll start eggs one at a time. And the first one.
And the purpose of doing one egg at a time, Tom?
Just so it mixes in evenly.
Okay.
And you're not over mixing them. Because you just want to blend it till it's evenly blended in. You don't want it scrambled eggs. Then it whips it too much, and as it cooks, it's going to get too big.
And you mentioned something very important about having the eggs at room temperature and the cream cheese at room temperature.
Yes, it just helps the cream cheese. It just helps the mixing process go smoother, so there's no clumps of cream cheese. And then with the eggs, room temperature kind of softens up the yolk because it's not as firm when it's cold. So when you're adding cold ingredients to room temperature, it just seizes up a little bit. You want everything kind of the same temperature so it cooks evenly.
Those are little tricks of the trade because it really does make a difference when they're not coming out of cold. Same thing if you're cooking anything else. Is that correct, Tom?
Yes, sir. You know, timing, temperature, you know, it's all a science, pretty much. And we'll give this a little stir to get some stuff, then we'll give it another quick mix, and then it'll be ready to come out. We'll pour it right directly in our pan. Spray it inside just a little. Because when it cooks, it's going to rise.
And it won't stick, right?
So it won't stick, because as it cools and settles, it'll pull itself on the side. And if you don't spray it, you'll have a tendency to stick, and then it's just a real pain to kind of get it out. You want a nice, clean.
Get out of my way. I'm hungry.
So this recipe is for an 8-inch. So I'm not going to put all of it in there. I got a 6-inch pan. So now that's in there, you want to kind of do that.
I don't have a whole lot of food in my house.
What that does is you see little air bubbles come out.
Oh.
And you don't want those air bubbles in there because they get little pockets. And it'll cause the cheesecake to collapse or have little pockets of air. And just settle everything, all the ingredients. Like that. Now it's done. There. You put it right in the Instant Pot. Have a cup and a half of water in the bottom, and then there's a little metal stand in there, so the pan sits on top of this. It's not on the wall.
So like a double boil or
So
baño de Maria?
Yeah, double boil, a water bath, whatever you want. So what's cooking is going to be pressure and steam, rather than direct.
Direct.
So it's more, it gets hotter faster, and it cooks more evenly, and it keeps it moisture as well. So it's steam, it's not dry oven.
And you don't add salt or anything to the water. It's just regular
No,
water.
just regular water out of the tap. Cup and a half, put it in there. We're going to put our lid on, close it, make sure our dip. So the back is sealed, 37 minutes.
37 minutes.
High pressure cook. What it'll do, and then it'll start to build pressure. And once it gets to the full pressure point, then it'll start the countdown. Now it's on, and then the vent's closed, and then once this little tab here comes up, and then it'll start to do its thing. And then once the timer goes off, we'll let it naturally release for about 18 minutes, 20 minutes, and then release the pressure. Just so it's bringing down the pressure. It's still cooking,
Yeah.
but it's slowly bringing the pressure down. And once it's finished, we'll take it out, I'll let it sit out, kind of cool down a little bit, and I'll put it in the fridge. And I'll eat it for later.
So we got to come back in another 37 minutes. And I'm hungry, but we're still hungry now.
Well, don't worry. He mentioned something about the fillets, and I'm sure he wants to practice to make sure he gets it right. What's going on, Crema de Nona? How we doing out there today? So, you got to see a little peek inside the kitchen. He didn't let us touch anything, and he's not giving us the fillets. Apparently, that is for his, what do you call those things, clients?
I don't know, but I could be a client. I'm a good prospect for a client.
Yeah, we
And
figured.
we're still hungry, so I don't know. Tom, this is the last time you're coming out.
Yeah.
And I was going to have this big spread next time too.
No, but
Yeah, and we're professional taste testers.
I mean, can you tell?
Yeah, all day.
But that did look
And
awesome.
we're not prejudiced. We eat anything.
Oh no, gluten free especially too.
gluten free, whatever. You can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, we did get to have a tiny sample of that, and I swear to God, gluten, no gluten,
It could-
Teaser.
I don't know any difference.
That was more like a
It really-
tease. Yeah, it was
yeah.
more like a tease.
But as you guys saw, it takes nothing to make. You know, cooking realistically is pretty easy, and if you think about it, it should be one of those things everybody should really be good at. It's lack of effort, I think, on a lot of them, because you figure you get to practice 3 times a day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yep.
At least twice a day, depending on how your schedules are set up. But
Well, it's a timing thing. It's patience. It's all depending on what you're cooking, and you can start something at 9 o'clock in the morning in your crock pot, and it'll be done at 5 p.m.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Pot roast, meatballs, prep it, throw it, set it, and forget it. Just like that old Ronco, right?
yeah,
You know, and then those are, if you're crunched on time, those are some easier meals to do at home that cooks all day. You don't have to worry about it. And then 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, hey, what's for dinner? Oh,
beef
That's-
stew,
Yep.
pulled pork.
whatever in
yeah.
the crock pot. One pot wonders are great.
And you can usually get a little cheaper cuts of meat in a big chunk that you can throw in there, feed the whole family, and not to mention it leaves all that little love. That's what we call it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love
Oh,
in
yeah.
in that pot. So
Oh, yeah.
as you're spooning it up, put some of that love all over it, all over the potatoes,
I think
bread, whatever.
it better be love, because I think people are getting tired of being so. Now they got to be a little bit more creative with the cooking. I know there's a lot of options that Tom and Cap's Kitchen can offer them, but people are getting tired probably maybe eating the same thing over and over again. So with the Instapot, the thing you're using, there's a lot of variety of things that you can do with it. I mean,
There's a lot of recipes.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff you can buy in your freezer food section at the store that you just throw it in there. and it's done in 10 minutes.
And that same beef stew, maybe add some cream to it, and you got like a beef stroganoff or something. Honestly, I promise you guys, you really can't go wrong. Just throw it in there. I mean, I know you do it as a professional, but there's been times in your life where something didn't go quite right.
All the time.
And there's also times, isn't that how you come up with some of that creative stuff?
Yeah. You make something like, oh, what if it tastes like with this in it, or with that? And just experimenting with different flavors and see if they go. If it doesn't go together, then leave it out. I mean, you don't want to ruin the whole batch, but take a little out, add a little different spice or a little different ingredient, then taste it. And if it's good, throw it all in there. So it's all trial and error and just being creative and mixing flavors and textures. That's how you figure it out. Yeah. That's how you might stumble across something and be like, huh, that happens all the time. Somebody's mistakes are just findings, and you just blow yourself away on how those two ingredients thought would never go together, and they go together perfectly in that dish that you're making.
Chicken and waffles.
It's just you're just trying to clash them, but then sometimes they do clash, sometimes they go together perfectly. So,
is there a new trend to anything? Is there something like, oh, this is really sticking out now? Because everybody gets tired of maybe eating chicken.
Well, with chicken, there's just so many ways you can prepare it. If it's baked, if it's grilled, if it's smoked, if it's fried, it's just there's different ways to do it. Just kind of like an egg, but it's just on how you flavor it. If you're marinating it, how you're presented. If you're making fajitas, if you're making tacos, if you're just making barbecue chicken or pulled chicken or fried chicken, whatever. It's just utilizing different ingredients and different flavors, that just so you're not getting baked chicken every day. Just like with vegetables, sauteing vegetables, grilling vegetables, baking vegetables, roasting vegetables. It's all different flavors when you do all those different techniques.
Gotcha.
Because of different styles of cooking, you're going to get different flavor from a pan, from an oven, from water, from steam. It's just, and the textures are different as well. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. I mean, it's it's a lot of information. It's a lot of time. There's patience in it too. So you got to really set the time, or really have a dedication and love for it to, put it all in there, and then that's your creation on your plate you just made. So.
And you've had that for a while. How long have you been doing this now?
Almost 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah, ever since I was about
born.
Yeah, well, no. Well, since I was
you look like you were about 35.
Professionally,
he's really 29. Yeah. He started inside the wall.
Yeah, it's ever since I could legally cook in a kitchen at 18. So, gotcha. 25 years to be exact. But I've been cooking and around it for my whole life.
And Caps, how long has Caps been around?
Caps, August 1st will be 2 years.
Wow.
Was planning on a big celebration, but with what's going on now, I'm going to have to push until next year, which is fine.
I think we can still have it.
Yeah,
6 feet apart, 10 feet apart. I mean, less than 50 people.
Well,
I tell you what,
can we twist his arm?
He mentioned how many different ways that you can make chicken.
Yep.
And what was that, about 20 different ways? Well, I could change shirts, put on a hat, take off a hat, put on a tie, and we can make it look like you're having a huge banquet.
No, true.
We find the ways. We
can find a way, but I just wanted to make it safe to where everybody is not, worried about this and that and not able to attend because of what's going on. So I just want to wait to where everybody's more comfortable and everything's back to normal, whatever you want to call that, and just to make it more fun.
Yeah.
So where everybody's not on ease and on edge and overly cautious.
In case you see behind us, I don't know why the bar is behind us.
They told us we can't touch that either.
No.
But I think they know Julio.
Yeah. But this is an exciting place because I've been here before, the Elks Lodge in Winter Park. This is actually a great place to have a party.
Yeah, we have 2 rooms. We have a main dining room that'll hold 300 people. I mean, 200 comfortably, but maximum occupancy is over 300 standing. But a nice 50 to 150 person. I've done 200 people in there, and that's perfect with the seating and walking around a dance floor. And we have a smaller room for 40, 50 people, smaller groups, And that's a separate room as well. So I can have multiple parties going on, and you guys won't interfere with each other. You won't see each other. You're on opposite sides of the lodge with the facilities on each side. So you can have 2 different parties, and the people would never know because it's 2 different entrances.
And they have a mobile bar. I think they set up mobile bars at the different locations.
Yeah, so whatever, if you have the smaller or bigger and you want to have a mobile bar, that's very reasonable. And they set it up for you, and it's a cash bar. And then I provide the food as well. If you book a party here, I do the food, so you have that bonus as well. If you've had my food, it's great. If not, you can come up on Friday nights and try my meals I do every Friday night as well.
Tell us what you do on Friday, because that is kind of cool, because you do have meals that are ready to go for people that show up. So in the Heineken times that we're in, we can still come by and dine, so to say.
Yeah, it's I was doing it Friday night. I still do it Friday, and I do it Saturday as well. And I cook for the members at the lodge when before
Modelo.
They would come in, they would eat, they'd have a band, they'd dance. It was their Friday night thing that the members did. And you could come up too as my guest. I'd have to sign you in, and you can eat dinner and enjoy everything else as well. But after 2 times, that 3rd time, you have to become a member.
Gotcha.
So, but now ever since
Modelo
and everything, I've been doing everything to go, and that's for everybody. Anybody can order it because you pull around back, you place the order, I come out, give you your food, do everything, however you want to do the transaction. And it's been great because it gives people a chance to get out of the house. They're coming to pick up food. They know it's cooked by me. I'm the only person in the kitchen. I don't have a bunch of other people in and out. This is a private club. So
a lot of restrictions here. I've seen the signs.
Yeah, so a lot of restrictions. So it's not open to the public. So that's one of the reasons why there's not a lot of traffic in here. And they're constantly cleaning the place anyway because the average age group is 70. So it's just, they're a higher risk. So they already have to keep the place clean. So, but it's nice being private and not like a public restaurant where you have any random person coming in and you really don't know. And we do the temperature checks and the masks, so we follow all the guidelines just to be safe because they're high risk here. So
now, don't get discouraged on that. So you do go up, and we talked about it a little bit earlier, where he will show up, cook you that private dinner for 2 in whatever intimate setting you guys want, of whatever it may be. Are there really any limitations of what you cook?
I cook, I want to cook what your favorite food is, or meal, or that vacation you took in Spain and you had the paella, or whatever. If there's some certain cuisine you like, I want to make that. I want to recreate that for you to take you back to that special time that you remembered. So, and by doing that, it gets you excited, gets you involved with creating the menu. I don't want to just say, here, you're going to have this and that's it. No, what do you like? What are your favorites? What is something you haven't had in a while? Let's recreate that memory so you can have another one and see how close I can get to it, or just meet your expectations beyond, your wildest dreams. So
you don't hear that too much. I'm sorry, but that's a guys, get your brownie points ready. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Like your own personal chef.
Yeah, it's pretty
intimate setting.
Yeah.
I mean, then we kick you out. Is that what we do?
Well, no, I come. I prepared the meal. You have the meal. Whatever, off in a separate dining room or on the patio. I'm in the kitchen. I prepare it. I'm there. You guys enjoy it. I start breaking down. I start cleaning it up. Get dessert ready. I bust the tables. I take you away. I fill up your wine. So it's hands-on, full service, nice. To where you guys enjoy. You sit down, you don't do anything. I prepare your food, I bring it to you, I'll bring you your wine, your whatever you guys are drinking, and I clear the plates, everything, do the dishes, clean up the kitchen, and I leave.
That's super nice.
And you guys can enjoy your evening and do whatever else it is you want to do, and the house is left the way I find it.
Came in, right?
Yep.
So if my wife kicks me out,
I don't know. I do have an extra room at the house.
Linda, you will be there for me. I mean, we'll do this together, and I have to include my mom, so we'll have to do some Spanish food now.
Oh, that's fine. I do Spanish food as well.
Yeah, but I mean, hell, where else would you want to go where you get, well, really, whatever setting you want to set up?
No, I top that better. there's still a lot of people that fear because of the Heinekens that they're drinking. They don't go to restaurants, and they have not gone to a restaurant. So what a better setting than being in your own home and having this done?
Yeah.
I mean, no, literally.
And I will say, I've had a bunch of your dishes. I tried
So have I.
bunch of your food. I can't think of one I didn't like. I mean, honestly, I think the worst thing I had was great at best. You know, I eat a lot, and those of you that know me, I can cook. I spend some time with it. This man has some amazing stuff. That gumbo, I am still talking about that gumbo as a lot of other people that you had at that Feast in the East.
Trey still talks about it from Sam's.
Yeah, but I think he's still got a bowl. I don't know how much he got, but I still see him walking around with a bowl of that gumbo. But that just goes to show you. So something like that, you could start out with a gumbo, and you can do a whole Louisiana type theme for the whole night, or you could start. Maybe we could travel. Start in Louisiana. Pick up something going through the Caribbean, maybe end up somewhere in Asia.
Yeah, we can do one in Italy.
Yeah.
We can keep the Cooking with Cap going. Yep. Different destinations and different cultures.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And that's the other thing about food is the cultures today all come from around food. You look at the way a lot of these things are, dive into a culture, start learning about the culture as far as, I mean, we're talking many, many years ago. Not everybody had black pepper on their kitchen counter. Not everybody had some of these other seasonings and flavorings and saffron and any of this kind of stuff. So when you start diving into the culture, I've got a little Asian store I go to, and you want to talk about. I think this bar is about as big as their entire store is. But if you're making some kind of Asian dish, like the kaffir lime leaves, you can go there and get those, and think of that as like, I guess like a sweet, citrusy bay leaf.
Bay leaf, yeah.
But you can throw those into something, and if you're making curry and you're not putting that stuff in there, especially if it is any kind of Asian curry kind of dish, try that one time. Just throw it into a stew. It'll just give it that, man, that's a hell of an idea. We should do that. Get like a ground chuck, and you can mix that up with some herbs in that. Throw a couple of those leaves in there. Give it that.
Nope.
And then you could take a lime and put it right on the top of your Heineken, and
we're good. Heineken.
We're not allowed to say the other thing. Thank you to YouTube for that. So we don't say that. So if you've noticed on our broadcast, it's all on
If you
Heineken.
want the lime, we'll do the Modelo.
Do it on Modelo. So, and like that, we're still traveling. So.
There you go.
But
interesting. I love this. This is a great idea. So we're going to have Cap's information for Tom, right? Contact information for everything that he wants.
Yeah,
to do.
I'm going to have that on here, so you'll see that right at the end of everything. Write everything down. Give him a call. This is what he does. That's pretty much all you do.
Yeah.
Get up in the morning, start cooking, and
just plan out my day, see what I have coming on, what am I cooking for dinner, make a shopping list, go shopping. You know, it's a preparation to the day I actually start cooking. So I actually take 3 or 4 days leading up to that, so I have everything, I'm ready, everything's ready to go, and it's action. It's time to go. So like I said, the preparation leading up to it is the majority of the work.
And don't think of it that we're telling them just to go to your house for the private settings. You can handle big stuff too.
Yeah,
so
up to 200 people.
So weddings, you name
you
it.
rest the place out here, but we did the Orlando Law Group, right?
Yeah.
So they did the Christmas party.
Christmas parties.
And I don't know how many stations you had set up over there.
Oh man, yeah, I had the buffet in the one room, and then I was cooking marinated
the shish kebabs.
Yeah, the steak skewers with the chimichurri, the teriyaki, and the tzatziki sauce. Came out really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
The good stuff.
Yeah, they were really good.
And if you want to know some of his secrets, the best place at any of those, if you go to a function and he is cooked, just stand right next to that table, because you don't have to go far. You just reach over.
Yep.
There you go.
Right off the grill, nice and hot.
And sometimes you're guaranteed to get it, because that's the other thing we've seen.
Yeah.
He'll make a tray of something, and it's gone in a minute. Yeah.
Just ask Dr. Colin Bartow.
Colin Bartow. Hey,
about the steak skewers. So
yeah.
and Jared at the Orlando Law Group. Those two.
Yeah.
I know. I remember you guys. You know.
But yeah, get in touch with him. Give him a call so he can handle anything up to 200 people. Like I said, I can attest for his food. I mean, it is. I'm not going to stop talking about it. It really is great. And you got to make a cheesecake with him today, so we saw that cheesecake. And if someone says they need to be gluten free, well, now they have no excuse. They got to eat that cheesecake.
Yep.
Well, and then that's another thing. I accommodate all allergies and sensitivities and likes and dislikes. So I want to make it to where everybody can enjoy it. You know, you're not singled out with a separate dish. I want to make the whole experience and meal that everybody can have and accommodate everybody's allergies, dietary needs.
Say somebody's a little undecisive on what they might want. What would you consider as your signature dish, or is there something you like to make or you think comes out, say, better than maybe anything else?
I get it a lot. Is I was thinking barbecue, or I was thinking Italian, or I was thinking Asian, and I'm like, well, I give them. I said, well, my Italian's really, really good. Matter of fact, I'm doing chicken parm this Friday, and you're more than welcome to come down and try it before you buy it. That's another thing. Or, I just kind of make up their mind for them. If they're leaning towards it, I can say, are you chicken parm, are you lasagna, are you meatball, are you sausage and peppers, are you more of a pasta, ravioli, manicotti, whatever. Or barbecue, you like the brisket or the ribs or chicken or beans, mac and cheese, just kind of rattle it off.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah, well, mac and cheese.
Do the mac and cheese. Mac and cheese with the gumbo, with some pulled pork, with...
So the barbecue I sell a lot. The Italian I sell a lot for larger parties because it's easier and it's more accommodating to people's liking. Right. If you're not sure if some people might not like this or that, or they don't eat carbs, but that's fine. I can do something else that's carb free, or the salad, or something that doesn't have pasta.
Sea bass.
Yeah, or
Nothing like having
I have roasted vegetables or fish that's grilled with a lemon sauce. That'll work too.
You guys are bad.
So what is your favorite dish? What do you?
I like to barbecue. I have a smoker in the back, which I use tremendously. Ribs, chicken, pork, whatever, beans, the mac and cheese, the coleslaw I make. It's just, I like it because it takes time, it absorbs the flavors, and it's just so good. I love it. I smoke meat every day.
I'm hoping that we can go back to the Fisher House, man. I remember when we did the Fisher House.
Yeah.
Tom was there. You guys were.
That's where that mac and cheese came from.
When you brought up mac and cheese, that just brings back that memory now. The Fisher House. Thank you for what you did for.
Yeah, no, and it's just I like doing those comfort food things that people love, and it tastes so good, and I can put my own little spin on it. Yeah. And just have people try it, and once they try it, that's my reward, is their expression on their face.
Yeah.
And how they go, oh, that's it, I'm done.
Yep, that's it.
I'm done.
Yeah.
That's reward right there. That's why I do it. So.
And try this out. The days of the outdoor kitchens and that are kind of gone, but just as simple as making rice.
Yeah.
Make it on the grill.
Yeah.
Throw a couple steaks or something on there. Make the rice on the grill as the steaks are resting, have everything ready to go, and do it out there. You get that extra, like you said, that flavor. It brings out something completely different. My neighbors, she still goes outside and cooks her rice on the grill, and every so often she'll knock on the door, and I get a little bit of chicken, some ribs, and some
compliments it. There you go.
Freshly made rice. It's like, but try it. It's completely different. Even your like you said, your vegetables. Do your vegetables out there
on the grill. Yeah.
Your sauce. Make a sauce. If you have your sauce, just throw it in the smoker. Leave it alone. Walk away. Leave it there for about half hour, whatever, and
you'll get that little flavor of the kiss of smoke, and it's just enough, and it'll change it dramatically. It's crazy how that happens.
And while you're waiting on that final minute to happen, you can take a couple glasses and put them in there too, and then put your favorite little bourbon in there, and
a little smoked See? All in one big.
That's all, one location.
Yep.
There you go.
One pot wonders, one grill wonders. That's what I call it.
Yes, sir.
So.
But with that, get a hold of Cap. We're going to have all his information there. And whenever you see him out in public, ask him where the food is, and he will tell you. With that, guys, Julio, you got anything else?
No, I mean, I'm glad we had a chance to chit chat. I know that we've participated in a couple of events and stuff that you've done. We were there in the kitchen with you. Nothing like seeing that you mentioned love. You put that little bit of love in there. It seems like you do that in all your meals. So you have a passion for it.
Yes.
So, thank you so much.
Consistency and quality is what I thrive on, and if it's not right, just like with the caramel sauce. You saw me taste it twice. I smelled it, and then you're like, "What's going on?" I was like, "I'm not sold on this."
Right.
And then once you tasted it and you gave me your feedback, I threw it away.
That's it.
Because I'll make it again.
See, we are taste tasters. Taste testers. That one.
Test taster.
It's always when you're making something, taste it. Taste it.
As you're going, unless it is the start of a chicken dish with the sauces inside with the chicken.
Well, yeah.
Be a little careful there.
I mean, as it's cooking and it's about to finish, just always taste it. And add accordingly, let's say, to your taste. Whether it be salt, pepper, garlic, whatever it is. Just always taste it before you serve it, just so you don't get feedback of it was bland.
Yeah.
Oh. Those are the words you don't want to hear.
And if you ever watch Hell's Kitchen, biggest thing he yells at them for is, "Did you forget to season this?"
Yeah. So always season and always taste your food. So.
All right.
Well, Cap's Kitchen is not Hell's Kitchen. I didn't see anybody getting yelled at. I didn't see anything I haven't had anything that has not been seasoned well. So, again, get in touch with him. We're going to show a picture of all of his information on that, so you know exactly where to call. Get him. Have that intimate dinner with your significant other if you don't want to necessarily go out somewhere, or just for the fact of if you don't trust someone else's kitchen, you can trust your own kitchen, hopefully, and he brings everything there, and you don't even really need to use any of their stuff really aside from the stove itself, maybe.
Yeah,
right?
the stove, the oven. I mean, depending on what I'm making, I do bring some stuff, but I do use some of their stuff too. And I clean it and sanitize and all that stuff.
Yeah, so he does a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
I cannot say that enough. I love food. Julio, I love food.
Of course.
And
you're pretty good at it yourself, sir.
I'm not bad. I'm afraid that if I did what he did, it might become work at one day, but you said it hasn't yet. You still love doing it, so
But please let him know that you heard about it here. Let him know that way he knows, he gets a little bit of feedback that I think I saw something on YouTube, and Crema de Nona, let him know that you heard it from us, and he'd like to hear that and like to hear from you.
Yeah, please reach out. Be happy to work with you on any event, party, accommodations, whatever it is. Please let me know.
Give us your phone number, your website. How can we get in touch with you?
The website's capskitchencreations.com. You can find me on Facebook at Cap's Kitchen Creations, Instagram, Pinterest. If you see my truck driving around, I got that all done up as well. The phone number is 407-452-2428. You can call that number. You won't directly reach me, but you'll reach my office manager, which then she'll contact me and put us in touch. And then I take it from there. We'll go over all the details and the food, and we can set up a meeting or a tasting or whatever makes you more comfortable, and we take it from there.
Let's go.
All right.
I'm hungry.
I think it's time we get going. Let's go check on that last cheesecake. We will put up one last picture on that. Guys, have a good one.
Hey, I stole your camera, so before these guys come back, I'm going to show you something really quick that you can do easy at home. It's called a mozzarella Caprese Salad. Very basic. You have your balsamic glaze here, have pink Himalayan salt, black peppercorns in my grinders, some beefsteak tomatoes, plum vine ripe tomatoes, whatever you have at the store. And I have some fresh mozzarella we found at the store, already pre-sliced, ready to go. And then fresh basil as well. You can find at Publix, or if you have a garden at home, which I do, but it's not quite ready yet. So what I'll do is I'll pluck some leaves off real quick. We're going to put this on top of it when we're done. What I like to do, stack it on top of each other. It's easier to cut this way. Stack the leaves. Roll it up. You want to get a nice fine chiffonade cut on here. Real thin. Be sure to watch your fingers. Almost like a julienne, but a lot thinner. Real small. So you kind of get a little bite of basil of every bite you have. Up a little bit. Basil there. Set that aside next. Take the tomatoes and wash them real quick. Be sure to always wash your produce when you get it. That's a big thing. To wash, 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 because you don't know what's been on it. So just for your protection, just wash your produce. Then we'll slice these down. About a 1/4 inch slice. The other one. Right. Like that. Then you want to lay these out on your cutting board like so. You also want to lay out your fresh mozz as well. Same amount of pieces you get here. So we got 8 pieces, we'll need 8 pieces of cheese. Alright, now we got that laid out like this. Right, now we're going to apply the salt and pepper on it. And the key is you want to season both sides, not just the one side. You're not going to get all the flavor you want just having one side seasoning. It's going to be kind of bland. So just crack some salt. Just lightly. You don't want to overdo it. You want to keep some distance away from the tomatoes. You don't want to be right on it because then it'll pile up on there and it'll have too much salt. So black pepper. What that does, the tomatoes and the cheese absorb the salt, because what does salt do? Pulls moisture. So it hence pulls the flavor of the tomato and the cheese as well. So we'll give it a quick flip, and then we'll do the other side. Like that. Alright, this time we're going to build. So what we'll do, we'll start with the tomato, mozzarella, tomato, mozzarella. Same thing over here. Then I have one more that we're going to do. So we got an extra. Extra's not bad. Then we're going to do our balsamic glaze on top. I forgot one ingredient. Olive oil blend over the top, just like that. And then the basil, final touch. Just like that. And I think these guys might be coming back in here.
Hey, Julio, I found them.
What? There he is.
Hey,
couple extra ingredients in the cooler, and figure it is lunchtime. I figured give you guys a little teaser here.
So every time we leave, we come back, you got something new for us?
Here, come on. Them fillets are coming.
But I'll get a couple of forks, and you guys can dig in and give it a try.
Excellent. How about that, guys? It doesn't get any better than that. Look at that. We disappeared for 1 second looking for the guy. Of course, he's back in the kitchen, mixing something up.
That looks too pretty. I mean, I want to eat it. I think I want it as a decoration.
Well, we got plenty of pictures of it, so that's right there. I hope you guys learned something today. And we're not completely done yet, so give us just a minute. We'll be right back with that cheesecake.
All right. Well, getting ready to pull the cheesecake out of the Instant Pot. It's cooked for about 37 minutes, and then a natural release of the pressure, another 20 minutes. Then we're going to take the lid off. It's a little warm. Take it out of the Instant Pot. Then as you can see, ooh, nice done. There's a little moisture on there, but that's okay. It's from the steam. What we can do is take a little towel, kind of pat it dry just to get that moisture off. Pat it dry. As you see, it's doing the jiggle. When it's doing the jiggle, she's done. If she's not jiggling, then she's not done.
I think I'm done.
Jiggle it just a little bit.
So there we go. And then now I'll just let this cool down at room temperature.
For about how long?
I'll let it sit out for about an hour, and then I'll put it in the cooler to let it cool down the rest of the way, probably another 3 or 4, but overnight is better. So once you cool it down, put it in the fridge after a couple of hours, it's pretty much cool. But before you go to bed, wrap it. Put a clear plastic wrapper on top, just so it doesn't form that crust, or it tastes like whatever else is in the fridge. Because people don't know, you put that in there and you just cut some onions, guess what? That cheesecake's gonna taste like onions.
Cheesecake onion, never had it, don't want it.
So yeah, and then that's it. Once it's cooled, then I'll release it from the pan. Then make my salt and caramel.
Awesome.
That's it.
Great job.
So
thank you so much for having us here, man.
Thanks for stopping by, guys. I appreciate it.
No problem. We'll see you later.
Wait.
Oh, man. Hey, guys. That was some great stuff. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I can't believe he snuck away and made up that quick mozzarella tomato dish.
Oh my God,
that was so
what a taste.
fresh, so delicious. That cheesecake, oh
not
my
fresh, but so refreshing.
Yeah.
Especially with this heat.
But I tell you what, guys, get in touch with him. Have a great night at your own home with your significant other. Make it something special. He can do it. He can cook about anything.
That's it.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep, it sure was.
Oh, man.
He started doing Cuban sandwiches. We didn't talk about that.
Oh, yeah. As we were leaving, he was talking about he's doing Cuban sandwiches this week. So
Friday it is, right?
That's right. So
Friday and Saturday, I believe.
Yeah, tonight, tomorrow. So
there you go.
There you go. Get in touch with him. You know where to find him. Tell him you heard about him on Crema. It'll be nice to you.
All right. Have a good one. Have a
See
good
you
weekend,
later.
guys. Bye.
Thanks for watching. See ya!